From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Hey, it was an awesome run, as we said, for the last 3 days. Pretty nice. Today, we had the clouds roll in, and that's a stream in the southern branch of the jet stream, we call it. And so that's what's running across our area. So it highlighted the clouds a little bit more further north into southeast Kansas. It was sunny most of the day. We had a few pockets of fair weather across southeastern Oklahoma, but not many. As far as what we're looking at, this is still amazing for rainfall or lack therein. And the panhandle has been hit so hard again this year. And so since a quarter inch of rain at any one time, it's been 188 days out at Guyman, 121 out at Buffalo. And then you see kind of western Oklahoma, it's getting a little risky out there because we're starting to see those numbers going up. Even in Osage County, just to give you an idea, we've had so much rain. But have we all had it? No. And so this is the difference. This is the last 2 months. Just look at the state to see how crazy this is, from over a foot of rain in southeastern Oklahoma to about 5.5 to 7 inches, depends upon where you live in Tulsa County. It's further southeast you are toward Bixby, more in the areas of 7 inches. And then you just get to the northwest side of Tulsa, and all of a sudden it's like, where is the rain? You know, there's been some, but there hasn't been very much. And it's just day after day, or I should say week after week. We're always talking about how much rain has fallen in the southeast part of our viewing area. And so that means the drought continues to be horrendous once you get from Osage County back to the northwest into the Panhandle area, where obviously it doesn't rain that often. So where's our future rain? Yeah, same story. Once again, 2 to 3 inches of rain, maybe even up a little bit more across the areas that have already had a lot of rain. If we could only take this and just push this back over west just once, give the guys out there an opportunity for some water, because, man, it's just frustrating when you don't have rain in your ranch or farm. Temperatures tonight are falling now. We're in the 50s to the north, 60s, and still 70s if you're near that boundary or just south of that boundary, where we had temperatures near 80 earlier today. And then tomorrow morning, most of that boundary moves in and kind of bogs down across southeastern Oklahoma. And so we'll be still in the upper 50s, near 60. If you're north and west, you'll be in the 30s to 40s, so it's going to be a fairly chilly morning, comparatively speaking. During the day, we'll have a chance of showers starting to show up in the morning hours, maybe a few rumbles of thunder up in areas from around Bartlesville to Miami. That moves on up to the north as warm air comes back over that cooler air. And then you see the boundary differences, again, 60s to 70s if you're south and east, and 50s if you're north, and 40s up around Ponca City. It's like wild. And this boundary is just sitting there. And as we look on into tomorrow night, that's when we're going to flare up with the biggest chance of thunderstorms. So it should be about this time tomorrow night they'll start. And then they really get going as we go through later evening hours on into midnight. And then they'll push south and east, where we've had almost basically too much rain already. And then by the time we get into Wednesday morning, a little bit of a reprieve for those who have had enough rain. And then we get a little shot of showers trying to come back into southeastern Oklahoma on Wednesday. We'll be in the 50s, so we rebound okay. We're in the 60s down south, where the boundary will be located at that time. Heaviest rains will be a little bit further south and east, but a few showers will continue on into early Thursday morning. By the time we get into Thursday afternoon, then we'll start to see a few breaks, much warmer west. We'll still be somewhat chilly here in the northeast part of the state. As far as the high temperatures on Friday, we'll be in the 50s to near 60. So for spring break, which starts early on Thursday for Tulsa Public School kids and goes on into next week, it's okay. It's not frigid cold, and it's not really warm. And our chances of rain kind of slow down a little bit toward the end of the week. We do have a few sprinkles or showers on Saturday into Sunday. And the only other thing of note is the fact that our spring break begins with temperatures a little bit below normal, which this time of year should be around 60 to low 60s. And then we might see a little bit of a break next week. So that's our hope that that could actually happen. Right now, though, some of those clouds are hanging around. And the only thing that we're doing is sneezing a little bit, because tree pollen is pretty high. So if you're dealing with that, that's not a surprise. 68 degrees at this hour in the Tulsa area, and most of the metro in the mid-60s. As far as our forecast is concerned, we're talking about temperatures that'll just drop off in the upper 50s, near 60 at 9. 40s in the morning, a little bit on the chilly side. A few showers if you're north of Tulsa. And then as we go through the day, really late afternoon, that's when our higher probabilities of rain and thunderstorms show up. Some of those will be heavy from Tulsa south and east. And a few showers could linger into early Thursday. Not too bad Friday. Slight chance showers over the weekend. We have to wait till next week, maybe for a little bit of a break, if spring break can be. But it's better than we were talking last week when we were saying 40s. One day I even had 38. That doesn't look like that.
Glad that's gone.
Yeah, I keep praying.
All right.